right, guys, here we go. We are going to start our India and Europe map, so everyone should have that out. It's a complicated one. As you can see, we are going to spend some time today going through it. So let's get started. First and foremost, let's label our water. Here we have the Indian Ocean. I'm starting on the...
Wait, we don't...
Oh my god, because I have the wrong map.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, your map's right. No, we're going to flip. Yeah, no, you're on the India side. I should be on this one. I just grabbed the Islam one. This is the side. Okay, so now I'm ready because I have the right map. Okay, so first we're going to start with labeling the Indian Ocean. All right. What? No. You spelled Indian wrong? Maybe I should. All right, Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal. Is right here. All right, Mecca. Then we have Arabia. We have Hormuz, which is located right here. Hormuz. We have the Himalayas, which are what? Okay. Then over here in China, we have Guangzhou, which is Quanzhou. Then we have over here Guangzhou, Guangzhou. All right, here we go. So, Coromandel Coast is right here. Coromandel. Coromandel Coast. Thank you. We have the Malabar Coast, Malbar Coast. Then we have Kilwa, which is right over here. Kilwa. And, of course, Cairo. Alright, those are your labels. So, you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 boxes. I'm going to put mine in Russia. That's what I would suggest for you. Alright, your first name of the Funan, Funan. Then your next box is your Srivijaya, Srivijaya. Then you have your Angkor, Angkor. Then you have your Singsari, Singosari. Then you have your Majapahit. Then you have your Harshas, Harsha, Harsha's Kingdom. This is in 640. Then you have your Sultanate, Sultan 8. Yeah, I know, it's like the Sultanate of Delhi. If they're a Sultanate, what are they? They're Muslim, yeah. In 1300. Then you have your Chola Kingdom. Then you have your Vijayanagar, Vijayangar, about 1500. And you have trade routes. And you have monsoon winds. And this is going to be April to September. And monsoon winds. November to February. All right. How exciting. All right. Make sure you have all the color pencils you need. We're going to label first and then we'll get into it. The good thing is that it's actually not a ton of crazy a ton of coloring. It's just all over the place. So, first thing I'm going to do is the Funan. For me, they're going to be blue. Or purpley blue, whatever it is. Alright, do the best you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just as long as you have the effort, you're good to go. They're going to be in Southeast Asia. That's your Thailand area. Okay, they're not going all the way down here. And that is it for them. That's your Funan. Your next is your sure, whatever that one is. And for me, it's going to be that red color. And they are going to be here. And they are just along the coastline here. They have a little bit here. And they have a good amount here. And that's it for them. Then you have your Angkor, who for me are going to be a orange color, for a red color, sorry. And they are going to be located here. Then I have my Singsori, and they're going to be a purple. They're located just in the middle of this island. And then I'm going to have my next one, the M1, and they're going to be black. And they are only located at the end of this island. So this island is broken up into 3 strips. And those are the small ones. So that's good, right? Alright, so my next one, I'm going to use pink. This is going to be Harsha's Kingdom. Harsha's Kingdom is going to be in South Asia. So what major countries in South Asia? India. So this one is a really weird shape. Do the best you can. So we're going to pick up on the coastline, and it's going to go here. And then from here, it goes up like this. And comes in and goes like that. Isn't that weird? That's your Harsha's Kingdom. Alright. And your next one is also very strange. This is the Sultanate of Delhi. Now the Sultanate of Delhi are going to be a bunch of Muslims who are going to push it into India. Now, the modern-day country of India was broken up into 2 countries. What modern-day country formerly was a part of India? Philip? Nah. No. It's in, like, South...
Tibet.
That's way up in China. Yeah, way up in China. What is it called? Pakistan! Pakistan used to be part of India up until the division of 1947. Alright, so Hormuz, all the way kind of over here from this little area, it goes all the way around along the coastline of the Himalayas. They're also kind of a weird shape as well. And they're going to go down a little bit and then come up to here. Now, these Muslims are going to push in from the Middle East, and they are going to stay, and eventually will cause the divide between India and Pakistan, which is where there's a lot of problems still to this day about it. Alright, the Chola Kingdom, for me, is going to be this pretty blue. The Chola Kingdom is 100% Hindu, which means, where is it probably located? India at the top or the bottom? Bottom, yes. The Chola Kingdom is the first kingdom to unify the bottom. They are 100% Hindu. Okay? They are the first empire to be 100% Hindu. And it's pretty cool. They're going to be dealing with the Muslims and fighting with them for a while. They're going to make an uneasy peace. Alright, and then you have your Vishnar, and they are going to be, for me, they're going to be orange, and they're going to be located over here along the coast. I think I used all of the same colors. It really looks like it. But I didn't, I promise. And they're going to be right along this coast. Alright, right here. Alright, I am using 2 colors. I'm going to happen to use markers because I have them. You can totally use crayons. It's not a big deal. I'm going to do my monsoon winds and just get them out of the way. Is that okay? So my monsoon winds for April and September are going to be pink. And those are going to be from April and September. They're going to be pink. So the wind direction of them is going to be blowing from the coast of Africa towards India. They're going to be blowing from the central part of Indian Ocean towards South Asia. Sorry, and then they're going to be blowing all the way across the islands. So that is what the winds, monsoon winds, look like in April to September. For me, the red is going to be my monsoon winds from November to February. They're going to be leaving Asia, heading south. They're going to be blowing across the the South Asia Peninsula.
What about October and...
Their kind of winds are in transition, so they're just kind of flat. Okay? And that's where the major wind patterns are going to be coming from. You do need to know this is the second time I've covered this. So as we go through something and you see it twice, guess what? That means it's really important. Alright, so trade routes is my last one. It's also the biggest pain. Are we excited? For me, I would just take a black pen and just do that. Alright. Do the best you can. It's going to be great. We're going to have a good time. Alright, here we go. Do the best you can. We having fun yet? There we go. So what are we seeing from, oh, I got a couple more. However, okay, so if we're doing a map that's dealing with wind directions and a ton of movement, what is going to explode during period 3? Trade, absolutely. So period 2, we saw the foundation of the Silk Road and trade is happening inter-regionally, correct? Now it's going to explode. And period 3 is all about trading. It is all about the connection of goods getting to places where they've never been before.
And all that stuff is what AP loves. So period 3 is a very tough period because of all the trade and all the goods moving. You have 1 minute to color in your water and your land, and then I'm going to flip it over. Did we enjoy this map?
Up until the traders.
It was pretty fascinating.
It is interesting.
I mean, they don't seem to be like a win.
Really weird game of connect the dots between all the cities that you possibly can.
Feels like those intermediary countries are the most powerful.
Nah.
Really?
No, they rise and fall pretty damn quick. Got 30 seconds. Oh, this one will be fun.
Just Bennett,
What's up?
I was almost served alcohol at a restaurant last night.
You're way too proud of yourself. Were you with your parents?
Yeah. But I was about to, I ordered a Stella, and they were bringing it out, and then the waiter was like, wait, you're like 17. I was like,
Why would you order it then?
what?
Why did you order a Stella?
Oh, because my brother ordered one, and I was like, oh, I'll have one too. And the dude,
So now do you know how annoying that
With
is?
enough confidence, you can get away with it.
No, you can't. And by the way, this conversation's recorded. I bet your mom's not thrilled.
my mom was there.
Did she laugh, or was she like, "Oh my God, my baby's growing up"?
If I can get served at a restaurant, then I can do it.
Oh, great! So that person loses their job and can go to jail. Great, that's great. So you can have a giggle about having a Stella. By the way, Stellas aren't that good. It's not worth it.
What are they?
It's a beer. They're not that good.
I prefer
But you're served in a fancy glass, though, so you know there are points for that. All right, flip it over. Let's go. Well, Calder, I'm so excited for you, darling.
Yeah, that's a big moment.
Oh my
It
gosh.
almost was.
It almost was.
Guys, find it.
There we go.
and then make
Find
sure
Italy.
There we go.
I don't know that. Is it this one?
Yeah, yeah. Find it.
How could it look like that?
I don't know what that is.
You're awfully cranky today, Charlie. Now I kind of understand why you're being mean to her. She did put you on blast earlier, but
Charlie's always mean to me. There's nothing new.
all right, here we go. So this is your Mediterranean Sea, Black Sea, and where were you there?
Del Frisco's.
Really?
Yeah. It was my cousin's college graduation dinner. There were like a lot of people.
Interesting. Paris is up here. This is France, of course. This is Frank's. Sorry, it's not quite France yet. We're getting there, though. Okay, we have London over here. Rome is right over here. Greece is over here. Constantinople is right here. Anatolia. You have your Caucasus Mountains. Tigris. Euphrates rivers. You have Egypt down here. And you have your Vandals. You need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's nice. That's an easy one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have the Byzantine Empire. 527. Then you have your territories. Added 527 to 554. Then you have your Sassanid. Oh my goodness. Sassanid Empire. What is this? Sassanid Empire should sound incredibly familiar.
Persian.
Persian. Sassanid Empire. Absolutely. This is your post Alexander, not Dra. Angles and Saxons. You have your Franks, your Visigoths, and your Carolingian Empire. Alright, so I'm going to start with the Byzantine Empire. Now the Byzantine Empire of 527. This is going to be the western part of Rome. So for me it's going to be a dark green. Alright, so I'm just going to go up from Greece here. So the Byzantine Empire they're going to call themselves the New Romans. They are not Romans because Roman Empire officially falls in what year? 410. So if 527 is the size of this, is it actually Rome? No, but they do call themselves the New Romans. They're passionate about Rome. They love Rome. And all they do is want to be Rome. Now, they're not Rome, but they do a lot of things that are very similar about Rome. For instance, they use the 12 tables. And the 12 tables is what? Who can tell me? The law code of the Romans. Now, the Romans have about 10,000 laws on the books when it falls in 410. Would you say that's all those laws are used effectively or ineffectively? Ineffectively. If you have that many laws, do you think you really can keep track and use them? So what happens is the Byzantine Empire goes through all of these laws, all these Roman laws, and pulls out all the laws that make the most sense, that have the most use. Do you think that's effective? And then they create the Justinian Code. The Justinian Code is named after the Byzantine Empire's most important ruler, Justinian, and he's going to come around in 527.
Well, wasn't his wife kind of?
Theodora.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She was a prostitute.
Oh, I thought she was an actress. Right?
No, she was a prostitute.
Oh, well.
She was a prostitute, but a very, very, very bright young lady. To be a prostitute in the palace means you're like the best and the brightest. She was incredibly bright and very smart. She's also from the people. I'm going to use this lighter green shade to be my territories. So let me get to Justinian. Justinian is going to come into power in 527. Justinian is the most important ruler of the Byzantines, and he is going to really want to rebuild the glory of Rome. So he takes his general Belisarius, and him and Belisarius go and start conquering territory. So first thing they do is they push in and they conquer all of Italy, the homeland of the Romans. Now, the Byzantine Empire is your first empire that is going to be a Christian empire, and they are going to retake Rome, retake the Holy City, and they are seen as the saviors of Rome because at this point they were conquered by the Vandals. So they've pushed into Italy, and they are now controlling Italy, which is pretty impressive. Okay? Then they decide that they want to unify the former territory of Rome. So they're going to start conquering the edge of the Mediterranean. They're going to get to about here. And they are going to control that. As you can see, they're trying to imitate the shape of the Romans. And they're doing, bless you. And they are doing pretty well. I mean, they get a little tip over here. And they also have a little bit over here. What major religion is happening over here at this time? Islam has spread all the way over here. So there's not a ton of territory that they can have, but they do control some of it. Remember, the Muslims are going to be in Spain up until period 4, when we have the Reconquista. So, as you can see, the Byzantine Empire, which is both of these green colors, is going to be pretty similar to the Roman Empire. They're going to accomplish a lot for these areas. They're going to solidify Christianity for a while, push a lot of the Muslims out. Is that going to upset the Muslims or make them happy? It's going to upset them, which is only going to lead to more problems, but we'll get to that. So my Sassanid Empire, which is a Persian Empire, which is the very end of the Persian empires. The reason why we study Persian empires in period 2, not in period 3, is because these are the very last of the last of the last. Their high point is in period 2, not in period 3. Alright, so they do not cross the Caucasus Mountains. They are on this side of the Euphrates, and this is their territory. Now, the Sassanid Empire is going to follow what religion? No, actually. They're going to be the first Persian Empire to embrace Islam. Remember, the Persians are going to be Zoroastrianism, but they are going to bring Islam to their area. Because they are in period 3, we have Islam. And we did talk about this because I see it on my wall back there. So they are the descendants of the Akhmeds, who are the most important Persian Empire. They are going to bring a lot of Islam into this region as well and continue to maintain it. Alright, so that's the easy part. Alright, so your next one we're going to do is we're going to do the Visigoths next because they're complicated. So for me, they're going to be purple. Alright, and the Visigoths are in Spain. We're going to go up. And I'm going to go like that. So the Visigoths are known as what? Barbarians. They're going to be partially blamed for the invasion of Rome. They are going to earn a lot of land. Now, are they really uncivilized, or they're just not what? They're just not Roman. They're not wild and crazy. But now, once the Roman Empire falls, of course, they're going to invade and try to take over obviously some territory and expand their borders. But they're also, I'm going to do the Franks next, by the way. So the Visigoths are purple for me. The Franks are going to be orange for me. The Franks are also another barbarian. They're going to control a good amount of what we call France today. The Visigoths and the Franks are going to be fighting for a very long time. And they're going to continue to fight, which makes them both stronger and weaker in comparison to one another. The Franks are going to rise to be the most powerful barbarians, or the most powerful empire in Europe. Because of that, they are going to thrive. By the way, I have your conference sheet from yesterday. Yeah, I do. I forgot to bring mine this morning. It's over there. You see it? Okay. So they're going to be the most powerful empire in Europe. Once the Byzantine Empire falls and they start losing their territory in Rome, the Franks are the ones who are going to rise. Now, the Franks are going to be the first one. The Franks are going to lay immediately into. The Franks and the Carolingian are two separate empires. The Carolingian is a continuation of the Franks, but they are separate. For me, the Carolingian is going to be stripes because it covers a bunch of territory. It's going to be blue stripes. Does that make sense? So, the Carolingian Empire is going to be one of the most important empires. Just like the Byzantine Empire, it's going to have one good ruler and a bunch of really crappy ones. Does anyone know the name of the most important Carolingian ruler? It's an awesome name. There's a rapper named after him today.
Kanye?
No, Kanye is not named after a Carolingian Empire. Charlemagne. He's named after Charlemagne is the father of European feudalism. He is going to have a major impact. He's going to be the first Holy Roman Emperor, which doesn't exist until after the fall of Rome. They are going to control all of this territory. Now, Charlemagne is going to be an incredible ruler, very, very effective. His father, Charles Martel, is going to create feudalism. However, his son is such an effective ruler, he's just going to make an empire. After Charlemagne dies, his sons are going to divide up his empire into 3 sections. Then the middle child is going to kill both the older brother and the younger brother and try to have one. It's going to destroy the entire thing, and it's going to disappear, which will later create the which will later create the Holy Roman Empire. Okay, now the Holy Roman Empire and the Roman Empire are two different things. We get that, correct? They're two separate things. The Holy Roman Empire means we're coming up on the Crusades and coming up real quick. So, my Angles and Saxons. Have you ever heard the phrase Anglo-Saxon? Means you're a white person. Okay? Typically, that is of some sort of English descent. Typically, is when if you're from England, if your heritage is from England, you typically describe yourself as an Anglo-Saxon, and that's because two of the major tribes on the English territory are the Angles and the Saxons. Yes, sir. Normans are different. Normans aren't going to come in until later. Actually, they invade from Normandy.
Is that?
And they, huh?
Is that Edward and Normandy?
We are going to have Charles V come in from Normandy. He's going to take over and create a whole new. England's only been invaded twice, by the way. I'm done, so you have a couple minutes to color. You're going to have a couple invasions. You're going to have a bunch of attempted invasions of England. There's only one person who's ever successfully taken it. Napoleon failed. Hitler failed. Charles V is going to be the only successful one who does it. All right, guys, so here's your map. It's an interesting week. We're going to talk about feudalism and Europe. It's pretty interesting. All right, have a good week.